Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Penny Pincher Firearms. Today we'll be shooting my very favorite rifle. Now you've seen it before and you'll see it again in the future, but today is just going to be a regular shooting video where we're going to see how accurate this thing is, and I promise it is very accurate. This is my very favorite M1898 Krag Jorgensen rifle, chambered in 30-40 Krag. I even load my own ammunition for this one. I do also for my Norwegian Krag, but I have dialed in the ammo for this, and it's extremely accurate. So as I've said in a previous video, this was cut down by CMP from what I'm told. I could be wrong, but from what I'm told, CMP would cut down these sporterized stocks and put in a little plug, and then put on target sights by Redfield. This is an actual Redfield sight. It was designed in, I think, the 19-teens for surplus rifles. It's specifically designed for the US Krag. It won't fit on any other Krag. It's the 103M Redfield sight. I had to buy a new made aperture for it, however. So it's otherwise original. Like I said, the aperture is new. It's CNC'd about I want to say 6 months ago. The bore in this thing is just mirror. It's beautiful, and I have not known it to shoot poorly yet. So I've shot hunting loads, I've shot the 220 grain silver tips that I made, and everything has shot just phenomenally. So today I have a target set up at 50 yards, and we'll see how well this shoots. So some of the things I want to focus on today is how this rifle is loaded. We'll get a close-up in of how the action works. And another thing I want to point out is I'm using pointed bullets. Now, so many people who shoot Krags always tell me, and I swear it's pretty much everybody I've talked to that shot Krags. And I mean, I hate to say it, most of the guys that shoot Krags that I meet are significantly older than me. And so I don't think they're giving themselves the opportunity to try things. They're just going off of older information. So they say that the Krag won't shoot Spitzer bullets. Well, maybe your rifle doesn't, but this one does, and it does well. Oh my goodness. It's such a nice rifle shooting Spitzer bullets. So a future video plan is actually to shoot some rounds based on the ballistics that I'm estimating would be what they would want to put through this in the military with pointed bullets had they never adopted the 30-03 or the 1903 Springfield or even the 30-06. So that'll be a fun experiment to do in the future. I've already actually loaded some rounds for it, but I'm not quite ready to do that video because I'm trying to do some research. So why don't we just get to some shooting? Krag's fairly easy to load. We're shooting these Spitzer bullets. They're 150 grain boat tail Spitzer rounds. They're a hand load that I make. It's various brass. They all seem to shoot pretty much the same. So what you would do is there's this handle right here. Put your thumb on there and pull down. Simple. And then load one at a time. Now I have an angle down, so it's kind of hard to get them in there right. But you do it nose first, because if you do it tail first, they get all stuck. So there you go. Close it. And you see, the load's on the side. Now watch this. Look at that. Spitzers load just fine. All right, see how that did. All right, so that's 5 shots, 30-40 Krag, and I'd say that's pretty good. I was shooting kind of fast. I did that on purpose just because my my other camera's battery's dying. So I'm confident I could have gotten better accuracy. This is actually more consistent with that sight. So I'm actually still quite happy with it, though. That's decent grouping for shooting fairly quickly. I think I shot in about 1 minute all 5 shots, which is pretty fast. You know how much I love this rifle. You also know I shoot it a lot, and I reload for it all the time. 3040 is fairly hard to find ammunition, though Remington did make a new batch, I want to say about 5 months ago. So, you know, you can find some new made ammunition for it. You can also find a lot of old ammo. I found a place in Klamath Falls, Oregon that had some 3040 Krag that was like old Winchester Super X. So it's available out there. You can find it. But really, I suggest reloading it. It's way less expensive if you reload for this rifle. So, on to like accuracy. I know this rifle could bring everything into the 10 ring because I've done it before. I was shooting pretty fast today just because my camera, the one I have on my tripod, was dying. So, you know, I needed to go a little quickly. Otherwise, I was probably going to lose my video for the day. So, I've actually just adored shooting this rifle. I don't know if it's the rear sight that really brings it all together or the really nice barrel, but all in all, this has been an amazing rifle. I want to shoot more competition with it. I've wanted to back home. I've signed up for one, didn't get to shoot in it, so maybe I'll get to in the next 2 months that I'm going to be home. If not, that's okay. I love doing the target shooting, so it makes me extremely happy to have this rifle. I don't know if it's like my mom falling in love with moose because they're ugly and they need somebody to love them, but there's something about the Krag that just captivated me. So every time I saw one, I wanted to hold it. I wanted to touch it. I wanted to have one because they were just such amazing looking rifles to me. They were so different. Everything else kind of followed that same bow plan of the Mauser. And so it was different. Very much like the Luger. The Luger was another one of those guns that just when I was a kid, I had to have it. So I have all of the guns that I had to have when I was a kid. So this one was a penny pincher, though, when I bought it in Phoenix, Oregon at a pawn shop. The same pawn shop, actually, I bought Jason's rifle at, which you can watch that video down here. And I paid $250 for this. They said that these were scope mount screw holes right here, which is not the case. If you watched my Let's Talk About Krags Part 2, where we talked about the US Krag, I explain what that is. So, you know, this is easily my favorite rifle next to my Norwegian Krag, because Norwegian Krag has a lot of fascinating history, but when it comes to a good shooter, man, this is a good shooter. I just love and adore this rifle. I just don't think I see myself ever getting rid of it. I spent so little on it for something that my personal estimation is probably worth about $1,000, and I paid $250 for it. So, very, very proud of it. Very proud of its accuracy. I'm proud that I was able to get the sights all worked in and everything, get that peep sight for it. Hey guys, so if you liked the video, go ahead and press like. If you like the channel, go ahead and press subscribe. And if you really like the channel and you want to become a patron, go check out my Patreon at patreon.com/pennypincherfirearms. And always remember, a good gun doesn't have to cost a pretty penny.